Morning, America. How we doing today? We are in Junction, Texas. I don't know the name of this truck stop. It's a little convenience store truck stop right here beside the barbecue place. And you can smell the smoke coming from the barbecue place right now. They got a really good barbecue shack over here. But anyway, this is a big parking lot truck stop, and the oversized guys. Here's a windmill shaft. Here's another windmill shaft, or pedestal stand, whatever you want to call them. When I pulled in here last night, there's a mobile home over there, double wide mobile homes over there. 3 mobile homes just pulled out. A platform truck or a platform trailer was parked right beside me this morning. They kind of woke me up when they were getting ready to leave. I heard, damn fly, get out of here. I got a gnat chasing me. He was pulling out and it kind of woke me up, so I got out real quick and got a shot of him pulling out. He had, well, 16 axle trailer. I don't know what they call these. Get out of here from gnat. Gnats or something else. Flies are bad enough, but gnats are terrible. So anyway, I don't know what they call those platforms, but they're for really heavy, oversized, and they all the axles steer. They can turn the things. I mean, they're real maneuverable. But anyway, he was pulling out and he heard all the air brakes and stuff like that release, and that's what woke me up. Get out of here! That damn gnat is bugging me, man. Persistent. So anyway, these guys, they love to pull in here and park because it's a big open parking lot. They've got a hotel right here. It's a Motel 6 for their what do you call them? Their pilot drivers and stuff. Their pilot cars. They usually stay at hotels, so they got a hotel right there. And where we're at is in Junction, Texas. You got I-10 going east and west. You got 83 going north and south. We're in the northwest corner of that parking lot, of that interchange. So anyway, been running down to Eagle Pass, Texas, to pick up those reefer traders. And there he is. I don't think I got him. I don't know. Anyway, no, man, he is persistent as hell, isn't he? Anyway, went down. I've been picking these traders up. This is the 5th week I've been doing this. I did 4 weeks, and then I took a week off to get the truck worked on. That's what I'm going to show you right now, is all the stuff I got done on the truck. Here's the trailer that I've got now. It's a new reefer trailer. This will actually be going to Stevens Transport eventually. What we're doing is picking up the trailer from Eagle Pass, Texas. They build them over in Mexico now. They got a plant over in Mexico. They build them, and we pick them up and bring them from Eagle Pass back up to Fort Worth. At Fort Worth, the Thermo King trailer dealer puts a reefer unit on the front of it, and then Stevens will come over and pick it up, take it to their shop, put all the stickers on the side. So here's all the different things I had done to the truck. And let me get the hood opened here. And yeah, I latched the hood down. I already took the latches off before I started the camera up. But anyway, let's see here. This is the bracket that was so bad. The alternator and this bracket right here. Okay, just this little, it's just, you know, look at that, 1/4 inch maybe, not even 1/4 inch thick steel, cold rolled steel, flat. Got some cutouts and everything. They fold it here, fold it there, fold it there, and they bolted on here and here and here. This is the one that broke down here, and he got to looking at it, and he says, you know, it's broke here. There was a big crack right along in here. You know, he says there's about 3 different places this thing's bad, and I think maybe we ought to probably put a new one on. So he called Peterbilt, and that bracket right there, that little steel bracket, that's all it is a piece of flat steel that they've cut and, you know, bent a little bit. $325 for that little piece of metal. Unbelievable. And when he said $325, I'm like, whoo. And he goes, yeah. He says, well, we can always look in a junkyard and see what we got there. And I says, well, it's worth a phone call. So he called me back 10 minutes later. He says, I found one. It's 150 bucks. So that little piece of metal right there is 150 bucks used. Now, just it's crazy, you know. So anyway, put that on. What else was there? Oh, the shocks. Right here's the shock. Right here is that's the passenger side shock. The driver's side shock, the pin had gotten loose, and it was just screwed up. It was fouled up. This pin right here goes in through the frame. The nut on the back had loosened up, and it was sitting there wobbling. It wasn't off. It was just kind of, you know, not tight. Okay, and it was wobbling around, and the shock at the very bottom, the bushing had went bad. So driving down the road was okay, but it needed to be fixed, you know. And let's see, the starter down here, got a brand new starter down in the bottom down there. The like I said, the starters don't really go bad. It's the solenoid on top. And I get it ready to start and it clings, just nothing, no click, no nothing. I get out here with I got a pipe over here and I tap on top of that solenoid and it jars something loose, and you get up there and start it. You don't want to do that so many times, and eventually they just won't start. So it's one of those, once that starts happening, you better get into shop and get a new starter before don't wait too long. So I got starter, the alternator bracket, fuel lines. I got a brand new fuel line right here. That goes back to the fuel tanks, and it looks all dirty as heck, don't it? But right up here, comes in right here, and on the other side, 2 new fuel lines. That's the suction line, the pump sucks fuel out of the fuel tank, and the biodiesel is pretty. Yeah, Nat found me again. That biodiesel biodiesel is really good for lubricating parts. When they first went, oh gosh, what was it, about 2003 or so, they switched over to what they call this. They had regular diesel fuel, and then they went to low sulfur fuel, and now they're what they call ultra low sulfur fuel, and that's what all the diesel is now, ultra low sulfur fuel. The sulfur that they put in the motor and in the fuel was a lubricant. It helped lubricate the metal parts like the fuel pumps and injectors and things like this on a motor. And when they switched over from fuel, regular fuel, to low sulfur fuel, all these older trucks, these like 1980s and early 90s trucks, they didn't like it too well, and they started breaking down. Your fuel pumps were going bad, and I mean, all the drivers are cussing. Drivers had older trucks like that. Of course, back then it was only maybe a 10-year-old truck, but they had all kinds of mechanical problems. And they were cussing that low sulfur fuel and ultra low sulfur fuel, and so they come along with this stuff, this biofuel, biodiesel. And I realized biodiesel has a pretty good lubricating quality. So that's why you see a lot of these truck stops have, 10 or 20% biodiesel mixed in with their ultra low sulfur diesel. And it helps lubricate those parts. So anyway, the problem with the low sulfur, ultra low sulfur fuel is that it's a good lubricant, metal to metal. It kind of helps lubricate, but it's like almost like a solvent or a cleaner agent, and these trucks over the years, you ever see an old coffee cup, how they keep getting built up, like on the inside of your thermos, you'll get this kind of a buildup of coffee. It's like a film that builds up on the inside. The fuel tanks do the same thing with fuel. There's like a film that builds up on the inside of the fuel tank, and when you put biodiesel in, real strong, 100% biodiesel, that will slosh around in there and it'll break that stuff loose, and all that stuff goes floating down through and goes into your engine and clogs up your filters and stuff. I don't think that was it, because that has kind of a caramelly look. The stuff that was coming out of mine, or that I saw in my filters, was this black, like little black flakes, little snowflakes, kind of black snowflakes that floating around inside your fuel. And what that is the rubber fuel line. The rubber fuel line over 17-year-old truck, that fuel line, the rubber inside starts breaking down with the help of that biodiesel. Biodiesel being a solvent, kind of, I hate to say the word dry rot, but it's kind of like it dry rots from the inside out, and on the inside, that film, or the plastic, the rubber, will start breaking down, and little pieces of it will flake off and go down line into your fuel separator, your water separator on your engine, and clog the filters up. And that's what was happening on mine. So we changed those fuel lines. So hopefully, we'll see. You don't know until you wait a couple months and see if it's clogging the filters up stuff. And it quits clogging the filters up. Next time I do an oil change, I'll pour that out and see what it looks like, and we'll see if it fixed it. But I think it will. Okay, that's usually what it is. So long-winded this morning, ain't I? What else was there I put on this thing? A fuel sending unit. I got two fuel tanks, and also on this truck I've got 2 fuel gauges, one for the driver and one for the passenger side tank. Well, this fuel sending unit right there, I put a new one on because it wasn't working. The gauge was just completely pegged down, the needle just all the way to the bottom, couldn't even see it. And when it rains real hard, that thing would start kind of flickering, you know. Damn, that fly's killing me, man. The fuel gauge would kind of sit there and flicker a little bit. And when it dried up, when no rain, the needle would just peg again. So I asked him, he said, that's probably your sending unit. So, okay, he put a new sending unit, and that didn't fix it. So it's somewhere in the wiring. He says, you want me to hunt it down? I said, no, I need my truck back. I can go without the fuel gauge for a while. I'll get it fixed next time I'm in the shop. So my fuel gauge still doesn't work, but now it's pegged all the way the other way. So wiring, there's something wrong with the wiring on it somewhere. Other than that, let's see, what else? Shocks, starter, alternator bracket, fuel sending unit, fuel lines. I think that's it. Anyway, he had the truck he worked on it for about a week, and it's kind of ticking me off because it took so long, you know. He had it for several days before he even looked at it. And of course, you know, I understand he's busy and everything. I didn't really get ticked off. I was disappointed. That's a better way to phrase it. I was just disappointed. Man, this is a new mechanic to me. My regular mechanic has retired and his shop is closed now. So I'm in the search for a new mechanic, and I tried this new guy, and I don't know. It seems like they're competent mechanics. It's just they're super busy. Well, that's why. You know, they're competent mechanics, therefore they're busy. Yeah, it took a lot longer than I was expecting. So anyway, we got the truck back, and then last week I got a call from Kirk. We thought he wasn't going to need me this year. He hired 3 new guys, and you know, he says, I probably won't need you this year. Okay, well, about a week ago he called me. He says, I got one guy, he's not going to be here, so he's going on vacation. I said, he's going on vacation at Harvest? And he goes, well, it's his 10-year wedding anniversary, and they had a cruise booked about a year ago. So he said they can't change that. So he's going to be leaving during the first week of Harvest. So he said, I could probably use you now. Like, okay, so probably next week I'm going to be heading up to Kansas to do some harvest for a week at least, if not maybe 2. I don't know. So is that enough of me talking today? So let you go. Trying to think up a new subject matter to talk about for the next video. I think I got a pretty good idea what I want to talk about next time. So we'll see. I see if I can put that video together in my head and make it interesting for you. So that's it, I guess. I gotta check the oil real quick and fire the truck up, get the engine warmed up, and then I'll be heading north and heading to Fort Worth and be up there delivering this afternoon. So y'all be good, take care, and God bless and all that good stuff, right? Say ciao, bye-bye.